Local Development Corporation Board of Directors meeting. It's October 17th, 2025. Let's start with, all members present, let's start with the approval of the minutes from September 26th. Any questions or comments to add, or do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Into the Seamus Hour, the Executive Director's Report.
The Seamus Hour. I like that. I like that.
I'll use that when I'm done with it. Thanks. Yeah, an hour. And he's like, you want to listen to him for an hour? Thanks, Jeff. So, although the LDC has a lot going on, I'm just going to kind of keep my update to a little explanation of the resolution that's going to be before us today. But before I get into that, we will be discussing and ideally passing our budget. I'll have Matt go over that when we get to that part of the meeting. He can note a couple small maybe adjustments in there in professional services, the new City Hall CRC loan adjustments. So we'll get to that so we can pass that and file our Paris report on time. But into the resolution that we're going to be considering here today. So just to back up, with the project of the new permanent City Hall, so this board last meeting did vote and approve the development agreement. The City Council then voted and also approved that development agreement. Previous to that, we voted to be lead agency for the seeker process. All those notifications went out. We did receive comments back from SHPO, basically stamping the project. We'll continue to consult with them throughout the project as well. I do think it's worth noting again that SHPO has said this project is a model for historic preservation, to really activate a building, not just mothball it and let it sit there. It's not an active theater currently, hasn't been for many, many years. So, to activate this space, make it still something for the community, and provide all those functional and financial benefits to the public of the residents and taxpayers of Troy is a really good thing. So we'll be taking a vote on making a seeker declaration here today, looking for a negative declaration on it. There's no significant adverse environmental impact here on the project, so we can keep the ball moving. The next steps will be taking actions on the lease between the LDC and the city. That will be coming up over the next couple weeks. A lot has been happening, iron out some final stages of the process. Almost every minute of every day, it's nonstop. Justin can attest to that, so appreciate everybody's hard work. I do just want to make a brief comment on, one of the project's detractors put out that the LDC is not necessarily, doesn't have the staff or experience to consider being lead agency for this type of project. I do just want to point out that, the LDC does have a staff. We do actually have a planner on the staff. Our board is comprised of two very experienced, successful businessmen that have vast experience in various projects in the private sector. As deputy mayor, I feel like I've dealt with seeker about 100 times. So, I just do want to put that out there for the public, that the LDC is most certainly qualified and appropriate for being the lead agency for the seeker process.
And we're engaging with an owner's rep.
Correct. Thank you for,
Right.
Thank you to H2M for being great here. That's been our owner's rep. Again, working with them every single day. As we know, this is it's a tight timeline that we're working through, but everything's on track, keeping it going. It takes a lot of time, but they've been wonderful. And, again, too, we have, back to our organization, we have counsel that's very well versed in these types of projects. So everybody involved is really a top professional and ushering this project forward. So that's very much appreciated. But that's it for me.
Yeah, you noted and we'll get to this, we can get to this in the seeker, but you mentioned SHPO. And I appreciate that their letter outlines like the things that have been in line from what you guys have been, and what now we are talking about from the very beginning. No objections to the use, no concerns about the schematic plan, new construction be carried out in a reversible manner, which was from the very first presentation being talked about, and an opportunity for the public to experience the arcade and lobby. Like, it's gonna ensure that in another 50 years, if there's a proposal to do any more to the space, it's gonna, you know, that interest in it is gonna be there because people see it. Like, right now, no one sees anything for 50 years inside unless you get a behind-the-scenes tour. So that was, I appreciate that they put the effort into outlining those points.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and we're going to continue to consult with them as the project moves forward, because look, that is one of the benefits of this project is that historic element in the lobby, the historic hallway, and, you know, kind of envisioning when this project's all done, it'll be pretty cool. It'll be a space that everybody in Troy and visitors can take pride in. I mean, I would like to see it as somewhere that maybe you're on your lunch break and you pop in and see some of the history and different things that end up getting set up there as well. There is going to be those odes to the old Proctor's Theater, where there's even a viewing area that you'll be able to see a balcony. The goal is to, over time, restore some of those elements too. So, you know, it's pretty cool to not only have a space that we can finally take pride in, compared to renting a floor, and it really is, it's going to be like a half of a mini little museum too, which is pretty cool.
And Andrew's not here, so no updates on the Northern Troy, anything Kingfield, anything like that?
The only, I know Danae, we've been going a little back and forth with the.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so everything is, okay. Okay.
So the King.
I know you were going back and forth with them a little bit,
For
right?
this phase, it looks like, right?
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't, but I
Okay.
did get the final invoice that
Okay.
it's gonna be, that it's removed.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, so that's on no new business. That concludes the executive director's report. Thank you, Seamus. We have no new business at this meeting to go over, so we're gonna jump right into, old business. We have on the table a resolution, of the Troy Local Development Corporation adopting findings pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act in connection with a certain project involving the acquisition, redevelopment, and leasing of the former Proctor's Theater, and it's further defined in this packet that was sent out. Do we have any questions or comments from board members? Or Justin, would you like to, is there anything that you need to point out before we put this onto approval?
Sure, I can just point out a couple of top-level items. The materials that were circulated with the resolution are what are called an environmental assessment form, Part 1, 2, and 3. Part 1 was circulated to the involved and interested agencies previously. And through the course of the last couple of months, the LDC has been taking a hard look at all of the potential environmental impacts associated with the project. It's interesting to note that the only reason it's a type 1 action really is because there's a public agency, you, acquiring title, and then the city is acquiring a leasehold interest in the project. That advances it on a regulatory basis really for this kind of review. The core of your analysis and your review really is isolated to the historic impacts. This is largely an interior renovation of an existing registered historic building. So our review is involved a close look at the potential impacts, consulting with SHPO, getting their reaction and their suggestions, which were largely supportive, incredibly supportive of the proposal, with the footnote that anything that is done within the box, and the box, as we've been calling it, is reversible. And as the chairman pointed out, if at some point in the future a significant large investment and a renovation is proposed, we can undo this and repurpose the facility if that kind of project were ever to be looked at in the future. So collectively, you've taken a hard look at all of the environmental information that we've put together, and the resolution finds that there's no significant environmental impact.
Great. Thanks for that overview from your findings. Are there, any other questions from the board, or do we want to put this, does someone want to put forward a, motion to approve the resolution?
I'll make a motion.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we have, adopted the seeker. So we will move out of old business into financials, which we'll start with, and then we will, look like we'll review our budget for sign off from that.
Our first report is the statement of financial position. As of September 30th, we had total assets of $3,564,360 with $460,083.66 in cash. We had total liabilities of $1,017,179, which left us with a fund balance of $2,547,480. There's no significant changes to the statement of financial position for the month of September. And our last report is the statement of activities. For the month of September, we ran a deficit of $23,199. Our most significant source of revenue is our monthly National Grid license fee, and our largest expenses were the pilots that were paid for Main Street and Water Street. But those were reimbursed to us in the prior month.
In the past, we've talked about, I mean, we got quite a bit of cash. We've talked about a sweep. Were we not able to do that because we're not a private entity? We're a city, or a part of a, remember we talked about?
We did talk about that months ago, or a
Right.
while back, right?
We could be making interest on the money,
Yeah,
the cash
yeah.
is sitting there.
One of the things we were talking about was there was some CD program.
New York
Is it-
State.
And is it something that the city kinda has to sign
The city has
on?
to be a part of it, and
For
then
us
the
to-
LDC can join.
Okay, 'cause I do know our new comptroller, that is stuff he's
Okay,
looking into, so,
okay.
That,
for the cities.
and Justin, just correct me if I'm wrong, but there's, like, the goal with that is you could move, you have to create, like, the city has to apply, but you could create an account for LDC. This applies to the IDA at our next meeting.
I would assume.
So, but it's, like, we've expressed the interest, and it's just, it's out of the, like, it's out of the board's hands until the
Okay.
comptroller, is involved in it, but the alternative is, finding a different bank, but I think this is the safer, like, more secure direction. Justin has experience with other boards across the state doing this. It was set up for kind of smaller, like, I think my assumption is it's been around for like 30 years. It's my understanding of it was set up for a lot of smaller, like, fire districts and administrations. So that's why, like, you need the larger involvement of the government. You can't just apply as a board, even though we
Okay.
might, be the only members.
Well, I'm just wondering, it's our bank account, and I was wondering if we could deal with our bank and just basically,
Yeah.
because basically it's just taking the money out at the end of the day,
Even if we're just
moving
doing
it overnight.
temporarily.
No, it's just overnight, and then it comes back in the next day. So
Yeah.
basically, you're gaining interest over that time, and you gain interest on the weekends. So,
Yeah,
I know we talked about it, I just don't know where it went, so just can't remember.
Yeah, I think in the past, we've reached out to M&T about the interest rates, and it's just kind of
Okay.
going, so.
No,
Okay.
Nothing.
it's
Okay.
something worth circling back
Yeah,
on.
it's a little, yeah, you never know.
We'll take
Hey, buy some trash cans,
Yeah.
or trash barrels.
Actually wanna do that, that's fine, yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, that would, like, I'm hoping before, like, I was gonna ask that at the next meeting, because it's been more on everyone's minds, I think, for the IDA. Like, I'd love to get the comptroller to give us some idea of a timeline on that before the end of the year. And there's 2 meetings left, so it's like, I think,
what's that?
like, switching to this New York Save account.
Oh, okay.
If it's something that they can prioritize within, like, the beginning of 26, or I don't expect
And
to
we
get
can
it done before
arrange,
the end
we
of the
can
year.
arrange for something like that too, I'll talk to him and,
Yeah.
Okay.
we can follow up.
Okay.
Come up with maybe a game plan for next year.
I know that everyone's focused on the budget now, so I don't want to try to make them do that before
Right.
whatever his priorities are, but I think we should have a plan to do that within the first, like, at least by the middle of next year.
No, I agree.
I'll make a motion to accept the financials as
Okay,
presented.
I'll second.
all in in favor?
Aye.
Great, thanks, Matt. And let's go into the, budget.
Alright, so you have, the next round of the budget. So some small changes made from the last meeting. In the, charges for services, I added $50,000 for admin fee for the grants that we have. Worked with Danae to get the state grants and federal grants numbers. Those are from the grants we currently have, and basically just took whatever the total we were gonna get, subtracted out what we've already gotten, and that's the balance we expect in '26. Added the, costs for the, Proctor's project, both in the revenue and in the expenses. Slight increase in professional service contracts, just normal annual increases from year to year. And then in the payment on principal bonds and arrangements, I lowered the working capital loan amount to the CRC, to half of the loan, just based on whatever cash position the LDC has at the end of the year, after paying off, the HUD loan, and then if there's any other kind of revenues going out, or revenues coming in, or expenses going out, figure at least we have a number in there, to pay
Okay.
back.
I don't see any feedback from Justin, but he popped off the, screen for a second. But I think everything that he was the one who, had the most markups for everything, and then that's all been changed.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you for that.
This is just information, right? This is not, do we have to take action on this?
We'd be looking
Yes.
to take action on
Okay.
it, so we can get everything filed on time.
Oh, sorry, with the Paris, right,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So, I mean, obviously, we're going in, but my concern is, I know we're building a new building, or we're moving. Are we covered? I mean, is that, I haven't been in these discussions, so
Mm-hmm.
you think this budget adequately covers our expenses and,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Most certainly.
good, okay. I don't think there's any contingencies, because there's contingencies, so,
Yeah.
okay.
And again, that, I mean, it's good for budget purposes to budget that 11.5 million, but again, that is the max, so
Oh, not even,
that's not necessarily.
I'm not even talking about that, I'm just talking about the other,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
the other,
I just wanted to.
the ancillary, the
Mhm.
ancillary costs, so what's
Yeah.
gonna cost to move and et cetera, so,
And some of that stuff is built into that number.
okay.
Yeah.
I was really thinking about the engineering,
Mm-hmm.
oversight, so,
Yeah,
okay,
but that's what, that is built into
Already-
that number,
got
that
it.
11.5.
okay, all right, thank you. I'll make a motion to accept as proposed.
Yeah, no questions from me, thanks for that.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. We have our budget for '26 costs. We can file that. And on to adjournment. Who wants it?
Seamus can take that one.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second
Yeah,
it.
but you ruined our flow.
I know,
Aye.
say aye.
Gavel.
Awesome.